Perfect.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time. It is always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe, and welcome back to TradingIntuition. Let me know if the volume is good. I had a meeting earlier today, and I changed the volume back to where it should be, but I believe the volume is good. All right. Well, the meeting this morning turned into another meeting later, and then we had a lunch meeting after that. So doing a lot of stuff, guys. Doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. We're gonna be great. We're gonna be great. Coming, once the market starts really taking off. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. All right, good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for smashing the likes. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. If you have coins you want me to do, definitely let me know. And let's get started. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cover Bitcoin. We always go over Bitcoin. And then after Bitcoin, of course, we're going to go over some charts. And then what I really want is I want questions. This is, right now, is your 1 hour of free mentorship. If you have any questions in reference to trading, let's say in reference to indicators, let's say something that you saw earlier, which I did, and I'll tell you that story in a little bit. But let's say you watch other people doing TA, and I love watching other people doing TA just so I can see what other people are doing, what they're teaching, And that way, if there's anything that I need to clarify, hopefully I'll write it down and remember, or I'll just remember. But I do have my notepad all the time as I'm here. Let me just show you. So make sure you can't see. Here we go. I do got my notepad and of course several pens. But I write all this stuff down. And that way, of course, hopefully I can go over those things for you. Because I know these people that are being watched, they're very popular. You know, they're crypto famous. And I want you to be led in the right direction. So with that being said, let's get to it. Going through the chat real quick. Just looking at the chat. Okay, there was one chat that I couldn't see. What's this one? Is it possible to look at ENA? Yes, definitely. We will look at that. That'll be our first coin. Do me a favor, TRON, put that comment one more time. That way, it'll be at the very, very bottom. So, because right now it's kind of covered by my pin message. All right, moving on. Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? I posted this in the group earlier. And it's always good to kind of step back from the charts, look at them from a different angle, kind of close one eye, maybe squint a little bit, zoom out, zoom in, especially zooming out though. And then we can just say, you know, what other thought process might come into mind. Whether it's, you know, and there's so many different ways you can look at this, and nobody knows what's going to happen until after the fact. So we always have a plan A, plan B. Right now, of course, this is on the daily time frame, so we're kind of zoomed out. We see that it ran up, it had a pullback right around here back in February, came down, met some resistance, and then shot up. Man, did it shoot up like crazy. Met some resistance, came down, found support, came back up, came back down, went up. So right now it's kind of doing this bull flag. You know, we have this to where we're making lower highs and also lower lows. Now, depending on the time frame that you put this on, depends on where you might place your trend lines. For me, I like doing larger time frames just so we can get the bigger picture. But if you want to fine tune this, if you want to make it very, I'd say more than likely higher accurate as far as like when to enter. And that's why they always say, you know, enter on a smaller time frame, because that's what you're doing. You're looking at, let's say, for example, the 4 hour. The 4 hour, you can see that this trend line, it goes right on it. Goes right on it. However, on the daily, we can see that it's wicks. And I prefer doing candle bodies. Now, this is saying that on the lower time frame, there was a bunch of candles that came up here and then it shot up. However, on the higher time frame, because it takes several 4 hour candles to make one daily candle, this becomes a wick. So this is why it's important to just, you know, look at different time frames, look at different, you know, you might want to adjust your indicator. Not your indicator, but your trend line. All right, moving on. Let's see here. So on the bigger time frame daily, we do see this bull flag. Now, if this bull flag plays out to the upside, we're looking for the measured move right around 99. Right around 99. We could, now it should be 100, but I like doing my measured moves underneath the actual measurement of the measured move. And what I like to do is I like to be conservative. Now here you'll notice that I started at, let me show you. And there's no right or wrong way of doing this. If somebody says that it's wrong, it's more accurate to say a different way is more right. But there's really no wrong way. So for me, I placed mine right here. The candle body closes instead of the wick. You know, could you measure all the way down here to the wick, to the actual pivot of the candle wick? Yeah, sure you could. But I would rather under promise and over deliver. That's just me personally. I don't want to say, oh yeah, it's gonna, you know, do this whole move right here, and then it doesn't. So that's the reason why whenever I'm doing my measured moves, this is what I'm saying. So normally if you had the wick, it'd be up here. But because we don't have the wick, we have this. And then we have our measured move target underneath it. Now, could it come up all the way up here? Yes, definitely. When? Just give it more time. Because what could happen, and this, so everything that I'm saying right now applies to every single coin. Very important. Just because I'm spending my time on Bitcoin, all this information, all this teaching, all this knowledge can be used on any coin. So what could happen, let's say I have my measured move right here, my target. You have your measured move right here. Mine will hit sooner than yours because it's lower. So it's going to hit sooner. Just like if you had a measured move and you placed your target right here. Even though you know the measured move's up here, you place your target here. Guess what? You are going to be taking profits sooner than me. Price action could come up, hit your target, come down, come back up, come back down, go up, come back down, then finally hit my target, then do this number, and then finally, more time passes, it's going to hit your target. The only difference between your target here and my target is mine gets hit much sooner, and I'm having to wait less because this could hit my target and come down, and you wait 2-3 weeks before it hits yours. Same thing if you had a lower target. Yours will hit sooner than mine. You know, yours may hit maybe within a few hours or a few days earlier than mine, possibly even longer than that, possibly a couple weeks, just depending on what coin you're trading and everything else. So with that being said, let's do some Control Z's, get that out of the way. Let's go to a smaller time frame. What do we think Bitcoin's going to do? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. What do we think Bitcoin's going to do? All right. Bitcoin right now, it's coming up. And what I like doing is I like looking at the strength of the move. I like looking at the strength of the move. Let me come over here to this. Let's go to chat. Okay, good. So I like looking at the strength of the move. You know, it came up, came down, came up. There was a lot of resistance right here. Came down, broke through the resistance, but couldn't hang on. Came back down, came back up. Same area of resistance. So this is creating a resistance zone. Came back down, up. So now we have another area of resistance throughout the entire chart. Nothing but support resistance. Came back down, and right now it tried again with this wick, and now it's coming down. More than likely, if I was a guessing man, again, nothing on this channel or any video you see mine is financial advice. All of this is for entertainment purposes. What could happen, it loses its strength, comes down here, hopefully bounces. And if it bounces now, it's creating this trend line. It needs to break above this. If it doesn't, we're looking for more of this action. Possibly a bounce of the 0.5 on the fib retracement, or possibly on this trend line before maybe it goes up. Once again, I always say maybe, might, could, possibility, chance of, because nobody knows. And I have to stress that. I have to keep on saying that over and over again, because if you ever have anybody that says, oh, you know, I called this move and it did this, and, you know, I know what, we're trading against people. Nobody knows what people are going to do. Not in the future. You can see in the past, but not in the future. So this is one thing that might happen. Now, if it does break above this, I see it getting rejected here, then possibly finding support, maybe giving us a fake out, and then now starting to do this. And then it needs to break this level, hopefully get support. And then, of course, this is where our alert is for a bullish run. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. I want to say this is my plan A. So let's go ahead and label this. That way, when we come back onto this tomorrow, we can see if my plan A is playing out, or if my plan B starts to play out. So let's put this up here. Okay. So that's my thought process. Let's go here to the chat. Let's go to the chat. Going to the chat. All right, so I asked, how's my volume? How's my volume? Volume is good. Volume is good. And we got jokesters in the house. Let volume be your guide. I got some jokesters in the house. Got some jokesters. Jono says, I have, let's put on our old man glasses for this one. I have a controversial question, maybe a story time. Whoa. Speaking about story time, I also may do a story time. We'll see. Did Lambo Guy make more money from trading than he did from the group memberships? Very good question. Very good question. Now, me personally, I've never seen him do a trade. However, I have to be very careful with what I say. However, with one of the trades that, he told me about, he's like, Joe, did you see the video? I was like, no, I haven't. He goes, Joe, check it out. This coin, it's blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, cool, man. So I entered the trade, after the pump and dump. So I entered the trade. And then later on, we're talking everything. This was a long time ago. We're talking everything. And it's like, Joe, did you sell? Did you sell? I was like, no, I'm holding it, and it came down, it pumped a little bit, like maybe 12%, and then came down. So I'm just going to hold it. Oh, this was the, what's the coin? Layer AI. I'm referring to that one. I said, no, it pumped a little bit and then came down. He goes, oh, Joe, no, man, like you got to sell it. Like, if it goes up, so much percent, just sell it. I was like, no, it's okay. I liked your video. I liked the fundamental analysis you did on it. And I think it's going to do well. So, I'm going to hold it. And he's like, okay. And then a few weeks later, he had called me up again. He's like, hey, Joe, did you watch my video? I said, no, man, just been real busy, with, doing your emails and your group and everything. And it's like, well, here's another coin that's not blah, blah. So, all right. So I go and I look at it and I liked it. It was okay, but I liked Layer AI better. Anyway, I get into this coin and then sure enough, it moves and I sell it. I think I got 10%, 12%, something like that. Nothing too crazy, but it was good. It was a good trade that I did. And then later on, he called me and he's like, Joe, are you still in it? I said, no, man, I sold it. I sold it at like 12%. Oh, no, Joe. No, why? No, you should have stayed in it. We're up 70% or whatever it is. I said, oh, cool. Like, I haven't been checking it anymore. I just got in and out and, I'm real busy, helping the beginners and everything else. Oh, no, Joe, no. Like, and that's when I realized that somebody who gives that information trades on emotions. I'm not saying he does. I'm saying the information given to me, provided to me, that would lead me to believe that a particular person who does that trades on emotions. And I even called him out on it too. I said, dude, like, if I would have held it and it would have dumped, you would have said, why didn't I sell? But because I sold and it continued to pump, now you're saying, why did I sell? Why didn't I just hold it? So just kind of give you a heads up. A lot of people have asked me that question in reference to how he made his money. I'm just letting you know, I've never seen him trade. I've only experienced 2 call outs that he called me on. He's like, Joe, I see my video. I was like, no, dude, like, I'm busy. I was like, well, check them out. It's all right. But there was 2 of those. And I even tell him too. I was like, dude, I don't enter the coins you do. Like, I'll look at the video a few, and I do it on purpose too. I'll look at those videos a few hours later because I know it's going to pump 20, 40, 80% and then dump. So, and I called him out. I said, dude, I don't watch your videos when they first come out. I'll watch them when minimum 2 hours, minimum. The earliest is 2 hours. Usually it's 4 or 6 hours, and then I'll watch it late at night and then check it out. But yeah. All right, moving on. Let's see here. What other questions do we have? See, you see divergence on the daily. Okay, let's look at the daily. I don't even look at these bottoms. I don't know. Oh, divergence on what? Let's hide this. No divergence on volume. Well, no, you can say divergence on volume. No divergence on the RSI. And we'll have to go with this part of the green. No divergence on the histogram. And just remember, you have to go with the last pivot. So if here's a pivot, you know, the starting of a pivot, we have to use this. Not only that, but it's printing green. So you have to use the last, you know, green with green, red with red, tops with tops, bottoms with bottoms. So let me know what divergence you're doing. Let's see, a divergence that played out to be correct. Oh, never mind. Yeah. So this is like saying, I have the winning lottery numbers. And I can give them to you. Really? Give them to me. And you give them to me, and it's like, that night, the lottery plays, and it's like, hey man, these didn't win. No. These are the winning lottery numbers for last call, or last week, or whatever it is. Like, oh, well, that doesn't help me. Like, give me the winning lotteries for tonight. Like I want to win. So yeah, whenever people do like divergence and already played out, it doesn't help me. I'm here. I want to make money. I don't want to see the money I missed. You know what I mean? Good stuff though. Good stuff. Let's see. Crypto Candy says trading against people and lots of manipulation. Double whammy. Yep. Big time. Oh, we got Flynn in the house. What's up, Flynn? Flynn says, hey, Joe, any chance you can look at? Yeah, definitely. I think it has potential to be the next Pepe or Whiff. Awesome. So we will look at that one. So before we do that, let's go ahead and look at the first one that was here, and then we will look at that one. Oh, I don't think... Let's see. S-Tron, are you still here? S-Tron, roll call. Everybody who's here, put a 1 in the chat. Everybody who is here, put a 1 in the chat. For S-Tron, put a 2 in the chat. For S-Tron, put a 2 in the chat. But for everybody, let's do roll call. Let us do roll call. So we got some 1s in the chat. We got some 1s in the chat. Good, good, good. And yes, histogram for the daily. On Bitcoin, there is divergence, very nice divergence, nice catch on that. And then of course it did play out. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so we're waiting for Flynn and we're waiting for S-Tron. And it's very funny though. And I've mentioned this before too. People, they'll come in and they'll ask for a coin and they bounce. It's like, do you not even want to hear your coin? But they just want to hear their coin being said, and then of course research on the coin. So kind of give you a heads up. For Flynn, if you are here, let me know. And then same thing for S-Tron. We've looked at ENA before. Okay, let's go to this. Very good. Flynn is here. Ooh man, I was gonna start talking trash about you. Good thing I did it. Oh, I had some dirt on you. I already looked up your what's the one for business? Not Facebook, but what's the one for business? I just had it up on my screen too. Okay, not story time. But what's the like not Instagram, LinkedIn. There you go. Yeah, I just looked at Flynn's LinkedIn and I was going to do some bad reviews. He looks like a very important person with his suit. Dress for success. And you got you, man. For me, the people tell me to be more professional. Nah, no thanks. This is me. This is me. Let's see, I had to go to the powder room. Oh, to powder my nose. Nice. Just remember, stay off of that stuff because... Well, I saw, what movie did I see? What movie? What's the one where they, Wolf of Wall Street. So the whole powdering of the nose, that reminded me of that movie. Okay, moving on. All right. But people tell me, Joe, be more professional. No, thank you. All right, so let's look at Flynn's coin. Flynn says... poke me, I guess? Question mark. So let's come over here. And what we're doing, we're going to do some deep dive. Because he says this could be the next one. Let's check it out. So this is on Sol. Or rather on Radium. So it's this one right here. So let's do a deep dive on this. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So right now, 64.1 million. Okay. So it's not a baby, but it's small. Let's see, how to join Discord. I don't have Discord anymore. I have I have Telegram. So send me a message. It's in the pinned messages. I'll also put it here as well. But, you know, send me a message on Telegram, and that way you can join the community. And it's a great community too. Like, it's a down-to-earth community. There's no shilling. There's no pump and dumps. I actually show you how to trade. Like, all these tips and tricks, all these secrets that I have, I show you them. Because I don't want you to be a sheep. I don't want you to be relying on me. Matter of fact, we just had another post, I think it was today or yesterday, saying that they found a coin, they entered it, they had some really nice gains, and this is a coin they found on their own. You know, because that's what I want to do. I want to create trading warriors. I don't want to create sheep. You know, and my goal is to protect all these people who see all these other influencers, all these other YouTubers, all these other mentors that are dressed in suits, have a real nice professional layout and everything else, and they just start, you know, screaming, you know, we got 80% gains and 33% gains and 79% gains, 124, and it feeds to your ego and it feeds to your greed. And then you realize once you join their course or you join their, you know, program, become a member of what they're doing, you realize that they're posting 20 charts a day. Like, what are the odds of you getting into a coin that actually pumps with the one that they showed you? Slim. With me, I do 1 to 3 charts a day. But I haven't really posted in, like, I want to say the last 10 days, maybe 3 charts. Market's not ready. And I don't want to be posting all these charts and all these setups so that if one happens to just explode and, you know, show 80% gains, but it took 3 weeks to get there, you know, with it doing nothing and just exploded. I don't want to say, hey guys, look at this, you know, in our group, we did 80% gains and, you know, join our group. I don't do that. I don't want to do that, because what I'm doing is I'm cheating you. Because how many other people didn't get that trade because there's so many trades posted? What I do is I post when the charts are ready. I have alerts upon alerts upon alerts, and I wait. So when I post and we get our results within, you know, a few hours to sometimes a day or two, you know, again, nothing's financial advice. There's no hopes and dreams or nothing like that I promise. You know, it all depends on the market. But when I post, it's ready. You know, I treat your money as if it was my money. And for me, my thing is I want to get rich with you, not because of you. And if I wanted to get rich because of you, what I would do is I would post all these charts every single day, regardless of what the market's saying. And then when some do hit, I'll post those so that other people that are watching on YouTube, they're like, oh my gosh, like I've been losing, or I've been in this other group and they ain't doing anything. This one, they're posting all these winners. Man, I'm gonna join them. What happens? They get bamboozled. They get bamboozled because they've been tricked. Because everybody else in that group is not making all that money. In our group, because we post so few and only when they're ready, whenever we post a result, there's a very, very high possibility you're in that trade and you're making money. So when I show 60, 80, 100, 30, 12%, any percent, when I show any gains, you have a very high possibility you're in that trade. And if that's a group that you are wanting to be in, come join us. Like, we're having fun. And not only that, but we do screen shares. I encourage you to post charts. I encourage you to post charts with all of your thought process on there. And then what I do is I actually do a screenshot, and then I draw on that chart explaining my thought process. So not only do you, you know, because people just most likely just type it out. But what I do is I give you the audio, the visual, and, you know, just breaking it down as far as what I see. And I draw on the chart, and sometimes these videos are 2 minutes, sometimes they're 8 minutes, sometimes they, you know, 12 minutes. But it's me breaking down all of my thought process on your chart. And then I post it in the group so everybody can see it. And I encourage that. I'm really big on the who, what, where, when, why. Especially the why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? You know, why is it better to place something here versus here? You know, why would you want to use a particular tool versus another one? I'm really big on the whys. That's one of the things that I never received when I first started. They would just say, do it. But why? Like, I literally have the mentality of like a 2-year-old when it comes to trading. Why am I doing, like, what does it show? Like, but all these people, they don't want you to be warriors. They want you to be a sheep so that you rely on them all the time. Man, if I could have 10, 20 strong trading warriors, get out of here. Get out of here, man. Let's see here. Realistic says, Joe is a great teacher when with charts. He's so patient too. Yes, very patient. I love doing this. I love trading. I love teaching. I love mentoring. I love all that stuff. Crypto Candy says, you're absolutely correct. Thank you, guys. The check is in the mail. Wink, wink. The check is in the mail. Let's see here. So this one, 64.8. Okay. Circulating supply, 77%. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to check out the website in just a moment. 18 days ago from an all-time high. Okay. It's a meme on Solana. Solana's picking up again with the meme coins. I personally don't do meme coins. The ones that I have gotten into, not so good. Not so good. See, blah, blah, nothing there. Okay, let's go to the website. I'm doing a deep dive, guys. Doing a deep dive. Okay, powered by Solana. Funny. Degenerate gambler with anger issues. Funny. This banner's going way too fast. And it's saying the same thing. It's going way too fast. So what I do is I point out a bunch of stuff that I see. I like the font. I like the size of this. Put a helmet on. It's funny. It's got the funny factor. Join the PONKE army by putting on a helmet using our tool. Helmet tool. I like it. It's funny. Tokenomics. Okay. Funny. So supply. Okay, I don't like that up there. And then, let's see here. Okay, so it doesn't give you tokenomics. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you can look at the addresses, but I don't like doing that. Let's see here. It's funny. And it's on several exchanges as well. So this is good. I wish there was a white paper so I can see when was this. So let's go to X. So they have 63.4 thousand followers. They just joined. Wow. About 5 months ago. Maybe we'll just call it 6. Say December 1st they did it. Well, then 5. That's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. That's very, very impressive. Okay. So let's see here. So what I like looking at is the engagement. I like looking at the engagement. Let's see. Nolan says dropped in December along with Whiff and okay, cool. So it's been around for a bit. Let's see. I've been doing some research on meme coins and how to check if they were potential rugs using Telegram bots. What are your thoughts? Now I do have is it under research? Yeah, rug check. So there is this. So let's go to this and let's get the contract address. Copy. Let's come over here. Let's go to rug check. And it's this website right here. So hopefully y'all can see that. Rugcheck.x, y, and then z. And this only checks it on the Solana network. Okay, give it some time to think. Okay. So let's see here. So these are some of the top holders, which hold 24%. Let's see, the videos are the best on Instagram. Realistic says, Joe, later, can we get another story time with Ghost? It was creepy, but still really enjoyed it. I'm really surprised I didn't have nightmares last night. Very surprised. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so here's some addresses. No LP tokens locked. Community. So it's very bullish according to them. Token for the risk analysis is good. The only thing that worries me is but I mean, it's kind of a concern because they hold 25% of this, and it could be, you know, maybe 2 people that have these 3 accounts. But I mean, if you can make money, you can make money. That's how I look at it. Moving on. Nice engagement, you know, over 100 for the engagement, even though they have that many people. Sometimes people, it kills them to like take 2 seconds to do this. Click, click, and then, but a lot of engagement. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. What does the chart say? 64. Oh, wait. I was going to check one more thing. Copy. Research. This one is CryptoRank.io. We're going to post this in here. And why they don't have this on night time, I have no idea. Okay, so stuff we're looking here, just some more information. Market cap doesn't have it here, but we saw in the other one, fully diluted market cap is that. And this is based off of the circulating supply, the total supply and the current price. That's how you get the fully diluted value. So it's again, the way you get this is you get the total market supply, the total supply, and you multiply that by the current price. That gives you the fully diluted value. To get the market cap, you get the current circulating supply times the current price. That gives you the market cap. Give you a heads up. All right, moving on. Okay, so talking about the markets again, and here I'll just look if there's any, you know, token unlocks or anything really. Hopefully they had like the white paper or anything, but I mean, it's fine. I mean, you're still going to make money in my opinion. So again, the exchanges, Gate.io, MEXC, Radium. So it looks good. It looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and minus this. And now let's go ahead and do this. Let's go to YouTube. And let's do PONKE USDT. I believe this was the one. My memory is really bad. Okay. Let's see here. Supposedly, I don't know who that is. Cool. The engagement is on IG. Is insane. Nice. Some videos have 5 million likes. Wow. That's some engagement. Okay. See, General says, I'd rather sit back and wait for a chart. Yeah, can't fight the FOMO. Yeah, I'm the same. Some of these memes, like there was one meme I got into and I lost some money. And I think that's it. I think I only got into that one meme, but it was a dumb one, and I was like, let me just try it. And this is the one that I keep on referring to, where the developer was manifesting being the top meme coin on Solana. And I asked him on a Twitter space, I was like, how are you, what are you doing to, what steps are you taking to have that outcome, you being, one of the top ones? Oh, well, I'm manifesting it. Okay, but what are you doing? Ridiculous. But yeah. Let's see here. I used to not be into meme coins either, but Sheep changed my... Yeah, Sheep really surprised me. When Sheep came out, I was like, man, this is dumb. It's got no utility, no nothing. It's just dumb. Then they made all this money. And then they started, advertising. Then they started doing Shiba Swap, and, they have Bone and everything else. And I was blown away. And can you imagine if you would just invested like $1,000 into that? But one thing I think is really funny is whenever people spend time, and instead of just saying what I just said, but people actually spend time and do videos and do all this stuff when, saying that, and one thing that I absolutely hate, I hate the post that everybody does when it says, the guy who bought the 2 pizzas with Bitcoin, and they keep on interviewing him like every single year. Dude, nobody knew it was going to be what it's worth. Nobody knew, so you can't keep on doing it, man. To me, it's just funny. And same thing, like if you're in 3 coins and you pick one of those 3 and those other 2 that you did not pick take off, you can't get mad at yourself. Be happy you at least narrowed it down to 3 coins and those other 2 took off. You don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows. Moving on. Let's go to this. I like this chart. This chart is very good. High, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Might be slowing down a little bit. So what I would do is I would set an alert. Let's see what the price range tool says from breakout to 16. Yeah. So do it here because we don't want to miss out another 16%. So I would actually set an alert right here. Go here to set alert. And this level is roughly about that one. And more than likely, we have a very, very high chance, in my opinion, that this should come down. Because right now it's kind of losing its momentum, in my opinion. Because we had this really nice pump, really nice retrace, really nice pump, slower retrace, which is saying there's a lot of buyers. There's a lot of buyers. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of advertisement. There's a lot of everything. And it's going up and it slow down. So they need to put another battery. Next time use Energizer so that it could continue upward. I think possible. It may come down here, but because we have so many buyers, possibly at this level, that it comes up, it breaks this recent high, which people will see this as a double bottom, and then possibly come back up here, come back down, and then take off. So for me personally, I would set an alert right here. I would set another alert somewhere down here just to see if we can catch the bottom of this move. If we can catch it down here, and then what it'll need to do, same thing. Then this is what I teach. So everything on this channel, I teach you. I teach you the who, what, where, when, especially the why. All these other channels, they just show you. They just show you what it is and where to do, because they want sheep. What I want is I want warriors. I want to train you to do what I'm doing. I want you to make crazy money. And I tell this to everybody, if you have money, stop messing around, get in the VIP, get in my VIP, stop messing around. If you don't have money, I'm showing you all of my tips and tricks so that you can make money. And guess what? What's the benefit of me showing you everything? Well, hopefully you join my VIP. That way you can get the greatest call. Well, not the greatest, but the calls that I do. And when they're ready, you're making money, potentially, you know. So I don't want to do any hopes and dreams, but I tell this to everybody. If you have money, stop messing around and get in the VIP. Like literally stop messing around, get in the VIP. Because I have videos in there that are 3, 4, 5 minutes long that go over every single topic I talk about. You know, on average, they're about 4 minutes long. One topic, one video, straight to the point, no fluff. I show you everything. And then watch those videos. And I always recommend this. I know everybody's super hyped and making all this money. Invest in yourself before you invest in the market. So first, you know, once you join the VIP, take some time off from trading. Wait, maybe several days to a week. Watch all my videos over and over and over again. Take notes. Post your charts in the group so that I could give you my thought process on that. I encourage everybody to do this. Then when you do start trading, now you're going to start seeing that your trades are making nice returns. Again, no promises, but this is what happens. And that's all I got to say about that. You know, if you don't have money, hey, I get it. I'm showing you everything so that you can make money. And of course, join the group. That's my formula, you know, because there's a lot of people who don't have money for the group. It's okay. I'll show you. I'm very highly invested in showing you how to make this money. I'm very highly invested. So you can join the group. All right, moving on. So what I was referring to was this level. And I show this every single time. This is the most recent high that it needs to break. You know, once it comes down here, it'll need to break this current little high before it breaks this one. So if it does come down, you know, it needs to break this. We can put our alert right there. And let's go ahead and put this as set alert as well. Set alert. So if it does come down, our alert goes off, we don't do anything. We wait because it needs to come down further, or possibly you have to wait at least, I would trade this on the 4-hour time frame. Or let's see. I got to look at the movement. Yeah, 4 hours fine. Now, why do I say I have to look at the movement? Because if we would have seen a huge candle and then the next one would have been a huge candle up or down, the next one would have been a huge wick, the next one would have been a huge wick, and that's telling me, okay, more than likely it's pretty volatile and you want to, you know, be patient. If you're seeing on the lower time frame where there is just more, you know, kind of ups and downs, more, you could get away with a higher time frame based off of this price action. Because if it went all the way up here and then down and then all the way up here and then down on the 1 hour time frame, well, that's saying that it's making big moves on the 1 hour. So you want to go on the 1 hour so you can get in front of those moves. Versus here, it's just up and down, up. This is good. Like, this is really good. Whenever you're looking for a token, this is what you want to see. You want to see these ups and downs, ups and downs. You don't want to see straight up, straight down. You don't want to see that. So on this one, I trade on the 4 hour. I trade on the 4 hour. And then, of course, have my alert here. My alert goes off. I don't do anything. I wait. I have this on the 4 hour time frame. See if it bounces here. If it does and it starts coming up, well, then here's our level it needs to break. Throughout the entire chart, nothing but support resistance. Throughout the entire chart. So we would have to wait for it to break this level before we enter the trade. The candle, this is the important part. Write this down. The candle must close above the resistance level it's trying to break out from, and it must close. If it doesn't close the candle body, and what is a candle body? Candle body is this big green or this big red. And it's this is the candle body. This skinny part, that's the wick. So the candle body must close above the area it's trying to break out from. For instance, if we had, let's just say, for example, this level will sit here. We would buy on this candle body close because it closed above this level. Now, could it come down? Yes, 100%. 100%. However, we have a higher probability that it should go up. All we trade on is probability. That's all we trade on. Nobody knows if it's going to go up, if it's a long wick reversal. It doesn't matter. I've seen long wicks on the bottom. Price goes up a little bit and continues down. There's no reversal. But these mentors, they won't tell you that, because if it continued coming down, they won't mention that long wick. They only look for what backs up all the stuff that they're regurgitating from websites. Period. I don't. I show you stuff that's actually what happens in the trade is what I show you. And even though I know the price went up, if there was, for whatever reason, I would say that it was going to go down, I would still stick with my thought process based off of the teachings that I do. And I would say, I think it would go down. We can see it went up, but based off of this, and this, I would think it would go down. So I show you that even though, you know, my thought process on the chart may not represent what is shown on the chart, that's what the other ones do. I gotta tell you, yeah, I would have done this, and I would have lost. I would have gotten stopped out. The other mentors, they don't tell you that. They'll look for reasons. Oh, okay, so let me do story time. Story time. Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat? Let's see here. Flynn says, I'm telling you, it's a gem. Hey, well, it looks good to me. It looks good. So who's in the chat? I want to see ones in the chat. Do a one in the chat. So story time. There is one guy that I watch from time to time just so I can see what he's doing, so I can see how he's teaching and mentoring and, you know, his flow and everything else. Well, this guy used to be one of my mentors. I had 5 at one time. Not at one time, but I had 5 total. So I go and I'm watching him. And this guy likes to trade on the 1 minute time frame and sometimes 30-second time frame, doing futures, doing Bitcoin. And this is pretty much what he said. So there was, and granted, this is on the 1 minute time frame. So I want to show you what he did. So it doesn't even matter which coin we do. So let's just go to this one and let's go to the 1 minute time frame. Okay. Maybe we should do Bitcoin. So 1 second. Now, of course, this is not going to be exactly what he did, but this is going to give you kind of an example. Okay. So this is an example of what he did. Okay. Now, again, this is not the pattern or anything. Oh, I got everything hidden. This is not the pattern or anything else like that, okay? So let's go to this. Let's go to this and this. But I'm just going to show you what he does on his stream. So it was something like this. And of course, this is all just, you know, make believe. And he did this. And, you know, he does, you know, kind of pattern. We'll just, whatever. It doesn't really even matter. We'll do something like this. And then he'll say, all right, guys, you know, what we're going to do is we're going to enter, let's see, long position. You know, we're going to enter this, and, you know, he has his moving averages. I'm not going to put that on. Anyway, he has that, then he has this right here, right? And he's like, okay, so what he needs to do, you know, I'm seeing this pattern or whatever, and, you know, it's supposed to go up. And sometimes, you know, now notice. I sometimes front run this, which isn't good to do. And sometimes they don't work out. But when they do, it's really great. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, that's fine. You know, people do that. That's fine. Then the price action does this. Oh, it doesn't go backwards, but it comes up and he's like, okay, so what it needs to do is it needs to break, you know, this level. And he's looking at it, he's talking, and granted, it is very difficult to trade and also do a live stream because you have to be saying everything that you're doing, which kind of slows you down. And I get that 100% because I've that's happened to me plenty of times. And so he's like, man, Granted, it's a 1 minute time frame. It's like, right now, I mean, it's battling against this, and if it gets rejected, you know, it's not a really great trade. But if it breaks above this level and it gains support, it's going to be good. Okay, listen to what that statement just said. If it finds resistance and it comes down, trade wasn't good. If it breaks above and finds support, trade is good. Yeah, that's what trading is. But anyway, I digress. So then he enters the trade, and as soon as he enters, it's turning green. So he's real happy, he's saying stuff, and then it flips and it turns red. The candle still hasn't closed. The 1 minute candle still hasn't closed. It turns red. Then from happy, he changes to, man, guys, you know, I should have waited for the candle to close, you know, and that's the thing too, like, you have to wait for confirmation, and, you know, I just, man, I'm not too sure right now because, you know, and then another candle prints, and it's red, and it's coming down, and he's like, yeah, you know, we really should have waited for the close of the candle, and maybe even for a confirmation. But like I said, guys, you know, sometimes I do this and it doesn't, you know, play out. But when it does, man, it's great. And then, let's see here. See, I think I know who you're talking about. He uses a 200. That's the guy. That's the guy. Never mind. I don't know who you're talking about. Nope. You know, he was today. It was on today's show in reference to the 200 SMA. And then he's like, and you can verify this stuff too. You know, what I'm saying, it's true. So then started coming down, doing like 2 candles. And I was like, oh man, you know, we might get stopped out, but you know what? We're only going to lose like $23. And our gain is like 300 and something. And so it comes down and then it flips. And granted, he's trading on a 1 minute time frame. So it flips and it starts going over here. And then it started doing good. It's like, oh, look, guys, you see the snap, blah, blah. And then it goes and comes up here. And then he sells. He got $100, $136, I believe. Willing to risk $25 to gain 100 and something. That's great. Using 37% leverage, I believe. That's great. That is really good. However, that type of trading is gambling. That type of trading is flipping a coin. If you can lose $25 and then lose another $25 and lose another $25 and it doesn't hurt you, great. Dude's got money. Dude's got money. Congrats to him. He just bought a house, beautiful house in Florida. Beautiful, gorgeous house. He's got money. He can afford to lose 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. He can lose that. You know, for you and me, the story may be different. But when he did that, and then it went up to like 136, and he said force close, and good for him. He closed at a profit. But when I saw that, I'm like, man, like, what are you teaching your people? Well, he's going off of greed. Follow me. I'll show you how to be lucky like this. Now, granted, you know, does he win trades? Yes. It's a numbers game, though. It really is. When you're wrong, what you do, or rather what they do, I don't. I tell you, like, I was wrong because of this. But whenever they're wrong, oh, and then after he entered the trade and it started going bearish or negative, then he's like, oh, look, guys, and also we have bearish divergence too, or a bearish sentiment, or some. He said something with the word bearish. And I was like, really? But if it was kept on going green, you would have mentioned that bearish. But now because it's turning red, just to save face, you're saying bearish. And that's what they do, guys. I'm telling you, every single one of them. Me, I'll get into trades. I'll win with you. I'll lose with you. Plain and simple. I don't try to be something I'm not. And I give you my thought process on why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I don't do this type. What I would have done is, of course, the same thing I always do, but this time it would be on leverage. I'd wait for the breakout. You know, I wouldn't enter before. Now, sometimes do I? Yeah, sure, why not? Just be a little bit more risky, but sometimes I get stopped out. But what I'll do is I'll enter the trade, and I don't want to teach people how to trade leverage. I only do that in the VIP because if you're watching my channel, there's a really high probability that you're learning how to trade or you're increasing your skills. And I would hate to show you how to trade leverage and you're still in the learning process and you get wrecked. So there's a lot of things that I do for leverage, but doing this, man, I saw that and he was happy and he was, oh, $125. Yeah. Let's see here. Crypto Candy says $125 in a few minutes with little capital. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see here. Joe has been taught by all the big crypto traders. See, and here's the thing. I've been taught by them, but I don't use what they use. I use what they have taught me so that I know how other traders trade. Like all this stuff that I'm showing you is from my personal experience. This is why I don't regurgitate stuff from websites like all of them do. I show you actual experience. I show you, so same thing. When we posted a chart a few days ago and, or 5, whatever days ago it was, I posted a chart. I said, even though there is bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, even though there is, which should be very big divergence, even though there is bearish divergence, I'm entering this trade. And we posted it and it get like, what, 15, 20%, something like that. And then there was another coin, I believe the next day, same thing. And that 20% was done in that day. And that same thing the next day, if memory serves me correct, I may be incorrect, but the next day, same thing. This one showing bearish divergence on the 4-hour, but it looks good. Even though yesterday's trade was, you know, bearish divergence, we still made money. This one, same thing. And we entered it. We made money on that one too. Here's the thing. They would not post it because they would say bearish divergence, buy the breakout of whatever. And let's say the bearish divergence did not play out, but then it broke out. Well, guess what? Now they just covered their butt, because if it went down, I told you it was going to go down. But if it went up, but you didn't catch it, well, guess what? They also won because they can post either one of those. So just kind of give you a heads up. All right. Let's see here. Sounds like persistent front running without any price confirmation. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Now, can you do that when the market changes? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Will you still get stopped out? Yeah, but not as much because everybody's bullish. Everybody's FOMOing. So different markets call for different things. Let's see. I have majority of my money in spots. I have very little in leverage. Yeah, I do leverage just for fun, just for excitement. But most of my money's in regular spot. See, I trade leverage for my trading. Yeah, same. Let's see. Oh, we are over time. Are you kidding me? Man, time went by fast. Let's see here. 420 says he barely started leverage trading. Yeah, he did. I mean, he's done it for a little bit already, but not nearly as long. He hasn't done it in a long time, but he's not brand new at it. He's done it for a little bit. Let's see. I'm in a trading group too. Yeah. And that's one thing too. Like, it's good to be in a lot of different trading groups, and you'll see it too. Now, if you're in different trading groups, you'll see that some people will post different ways. For me, I show you when the trade is actually ready versus somebody said, because anybody can do this, guys. Anybody. Watch. Let me show you something. You ready? Okay. So here, I can say this right here, right? Let's just say it's a bigger time frame. I'm not going to change it because we're already in this. We have this right here, and then I say, buy the breakout of this trend line. Okay. And let's say you do. Let's say you buy it. And it is this number. They're not going to boast about this. But if it does this, guess what they're going to boast about? Look, guys, we said buy the breakout of this trend line, and they do this on all these coins. They don't just do this on one coin. They do this on 15, 20 coins a day. And then they'll boast on the ones that went up. And they don't talk about the ones that went down. And then, of course, everybody who entered this one trade will send them testimonials. Hey, thank you so much. I was able to fix my daughter's teeth. And, my son just bought his, 2022 Toyota Tundra, whatever. And it's like, yeah, but what about all the other ones that didn't play out? But they don't talk about those. I right now, if I wanted to, I could do 10 charts, only 10, saying buy the breakout, and then that's it. And it's up to you to either win or lose, or rather win or lose. So give me a heads up. All right, let's see here. Do a one in the chat, guys. One more time. One in the chat. I want to know who's here. One in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. See here. I'm going checking on this stuff. Okay, good stuff. And hopefully pretty soon we'll get more viewers. I really need more viewers. That way I can help people not get bamboozled. And the only way I can do that is by you liking the videos, all the videos, by you leaving several comments, by you showing engagement. When that happens, YouTube says, hey, you know what? This guy's got something. Let me put it on somebody else's homepage and see if they can, if they like them. So give you a heads up. Let's see here. Let's see. I shall be in Matt's group too. But that'll be enough for me. Yeah, Matt is a good guy. Matt's a really good guy. See, one thing he teaches that I notice is pretty accurate is when the moving averages get tight, a move is coming. Okay. Okay. Very good point. Very good point. Let's touch up on that, shall we? Let's touch up on that. So let's go to 4-hour time frame. Let's get out of Bitcoin. Let's do this one. So let's go to 4-hour time frame. Let's come over here, moving averages. Make sure so I do have the 9. Some people use 21, doesn't really matter. I like the 9, 50, and the 200. Those are my levels, okay? So the white is my 9, my red is my 50, and my yellow is my 200. Now, if you think about it, like, and I always say, ask why. Why? Let's go to and I'm just messing with the time frame just so I can kind of see one okay. So what you want to do is you want to ask why. Why is something doing what it's doing? Now, one thing that I always say is that the moving averages are not support resistance. They are not support resistance. All these influencers, all these mentors teach you that it is a area of support and resistance, and it's not. But Joe, look, price is bouncing off of the 9 moving average. You don't know what you're talking about. It's acting as support. Now it's acting as resistance. Now it's acting as resistance. Now it's acting as support. You don't know what you're talking about, Joe. Like, how do you even, like, do you even know how to trade? Ah, good question. Very good question. So, with this being said, this is a moving average. This is an average of the candle body closes. Hence, this reacts to what the price action does. The price action is the parent. The indicator, the moving average, is the child. The child only follows the parent. So if the price goes up, the moving average follows the parent. As the price comes down, the moving average will come down. This bar is a median. So if you were to like have a, divide the highs and lows and everything else from the candle body closes, you would get this line. So this line reacts to the price action. Now, you may be saying, but Joe, they say that it's a magnet. Not only is it support resistance, but it's a magnet. When the price action breaks above and moves far away from the moving average, it's going to come back to it like a magnet. And it is not a magnet. But Joe, once again, you don't know what you're talking about. Look, perfect example. It is a magnet, Joe. That's what they're teaching me. They're very successful. They make a lot of money. You have holes in your shirt. Yeah, that's because every day's Sunday. But with that being said, holy shirts. So with that being said, when it comes down here, this found support based off of some other area of support right here. You know, right here. That's what this is doing. This found support based off another area, and it started coming up. Now, what's happening is this is trying to catch up to this. So it came down really hard, and then it kept on coming up. So it's trying to keep up with it. But now what happens when it pulls away from it? And it acts as a magnet. That's what they say, Joe. And look, right here, it did the exact same thing, Joe. I don't even know if you know what you're talking about. Okay. Let's say we don't see this stuff. And this is why I say use the replay button. This is why I say use the replay button. Backtest everything they are showing you. We got Road Dog in the house. We got Road Dog. This is why I'm saying backtest everything everybody is showing you. Backtest it. That's what I've done. I have backtested all this stuff. So the price action should come back up here. Acts as a magnet, right? It did that here. It did that here. It did that here. So on and so forth. Okay. So you know what? And it's here. So I'm doing confluence and I'm looking for other junk, right? So let's say I enter the trade. I enter the trade right here. Blue is for entry because it's going to come back up. And then, whoa. Okay. Okay, it's going to come back up. Okay, it's going to come back up. Man, crap, that was a lot. Let's go. Came down even more. Could I have been stopped out? Possibly. Possibly. Now, you may say, Joe, here's the 200. It bounced off of the 200. Once again, these are moving averages. As the price comes down, this will continue coming up because this is the average of the candles. This will come down until it stops, whether it's here, 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 or even lower. So with that being said, let us do this and this and this. And so now what I'm doing is I'm actually looking for areas of support. That one I wouldn't call it. This one, I wouldn't call it either. So what it did is it created a new area of support. Now, could it be because everybody is taught that it's going to bounce off of the 200 and they actually created this new support level? Yeah, that could be. So just kind of give you a heads up. This is why I trade how I trade. This is why this is not an area of support or resistance that's going to bounce off of or get rejected from. Now, you have to know this, how other people trade, so that you can have that same mentality. Well, you know, it may come down to the 200, but what you're doing is not only do you know how they're trading, but you know that it could either find support above it or below it, or it can continue coming down. How many times has that happened where the price action broke below the 200 and kept on going? And just because it goes to the 200, that doesn't mean it's going to find support. It can continue coming down. And then now it needs to go up and break those levels. So the moving averages, all they do is show you the momentum. When you have the price action above the 9 SMA, above the 50 SMA, above the 200 in that order, this is sequential. The numbers are going up, you know, so you have the 9 above the 50, above the 200. This is very strong momentum. If it breaks one of these levels, it just lost a level of its momentum. If the price action goes underneath the 200, not good. Now, granted, we're in a very small time frame. So the higher the time frame, the stronger the strength, the stronger the momentum. So if you're on the daily time frame and you're seeing all this, you know that if the price action breaks below the 200, you're more than likely getting fixing for a world of hurt. You really are. Let's see here. Joe breaks everything down and super easy to understand. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Let's see here. What an average is basic high school math. Yes. Yes. Very true. Road Dog. Thank you, Road Dog. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, and so this is the whole thing. You know, moving averages, that's all they are. That's all they are. Just they're an average of it. And before, you know, when people were teaching me, it's a magnet. Oh, okay, cool. No, it's support resistance. Oh, okay, cool. Because it can easily break through it. So just give you a heads up. All right. I believe we went through all the charts. Let's see here. Granton says, that's what I thought. Good. Moving average was support resistance. Yeah. And that's what everybody was taught. The moving averages are support resistance, that the price action will always go to it. No. What it is, it's an average of what happens. So the moving averages are a result of what happens. They don't cause anything to happen. Now, because traders, they see this and they'll see it coming down to the 200, and let's say it starts finding support. Now they're going to enter because, oh, it's bouncing off the 200. But it's not. They just happen to find support. Realistic. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. You're the best. All right, guys. That's it for me. We are well over our time. I absolutely love doing this. I love sharing my thought process. I love making you guys money. I love giving you the equipment to make you guys money. I really do. So once again, guys, I do thank you, guys and girls. I do thank you very much for being here today. We will see you tomorrow. We do this every single day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do a lot of stuff and I stop everything so that I can give you 1 hour of dedication to answering questions, to doing charts, to breaking down stuff. My goal is to make you money. And everybody that has a group, what they want to do is they don't give you all the information because they want you to pay for their group. And then if you don't like it, or if you're not making money, well, too bad. Like there's no refunds. Now for me, on what I do, I show you how to make money. And then hopefully you join the group. So that's all I got. I do thank you. Now it's time for the awkward looking down. Found it. 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much. My name is Joe, this is TradingIntuition. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, let's make this money. Take care. I was almost going to say a story. But we'll probably say that story for tomorrow. I do thank you guys. You guys are the best. Man, I'm so lucky to have you in my crypto family. I really am. You guys are the absolute best. Oh, man, we're going to make so much money, guys. We're going to make so much money. You're in great hands, too. Like, I truly do care about you. I truly do care about you, your success, your family, everybody. And I just know that for me, I don't do good so I can get good in return. I don't do that because that's the wrong concept. I do good, for one, it feels good. And I do good because, well, my mom raised me right. I mean, that's all I can say. My mom raised me right. But yeah, really happy, man. Be grateful for every day that you have. Be grateful for all the abilities you have. Like, I know people who it's a chore. It's oh, I'm gonna tell you a story, guys. I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm glad I don't have the camera on because allergies might get in both my eyes. So I remember like, Joe, you're starting already? No, I'm not. I remember my mom and her best friend. Because I was always at my mom's, I would always, clean for her, cook for her, just take care of her. And I went over there and, I'm doing that. And her best friend was there, and they're both in wheelchairs. And I'm in the living room, and they're in the room, and I can hear them talking. And my mom's best friend says, you know what? I just want to be able to go to the restroom without help. I was like, wow. And here we are. Here we are, just taking stuff for granted. And granted, like, I would have to help my mom to go to the restroom, you know. But when she said that, it's like, man, we take so much for granted. You know, the stairs, taking the stairs, being able to think, being able to communicate, you know. So it's just, you just got to stop and just be grateful. That's all I got. I do thank you guys so much. Very grateful to have you, my crypto family. And we're going to kill it, guys. We're going to kill it. We're going to make so much money. We're going to see charts that other people aren't seeing. We're going to be entering trades that others aren't entering in. Then they're going to see it moving. Then they're going to enter our coins. It's going to be great. That's all I got. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, guys. Maestro, play some music. Let's jam out for about 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1.